Hello everyone and welcome to episode 3 of ChaosVille. Today we're going to make a start on some of the forestry stuff, so I've got some of my resources ready and we're going to start with forestry. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to use peat fired engines. I don't really want to be transporting power anywhere or having to sort out combustion or anything like that yet, so I'm going to get set up with some peat fired engines. So to start with that, what we're going to need is to make some peat. Now you can make a peat bog, which is what I'm going to aim to be going towards, but what I'm going to do is just fill up these buckets, and then if we do this and put a bucket in the middle, we get bog earth. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to do this twice just so I get a little bit. Now we can automate this, which is what we're going to be doing, but obviously to automate it you need some power, but to make the power we need the bog earth, so it's going to be a bit of a catch-22 really. What we can do is we can make the bog earth and the peat by hand first, and then we'll use what we get to power it. Okay, so what we can do is if we do this, this is basically how this bog earth turns into peat bog. This will it needs to sit around a block of water, so basically this will turn into a different block, and then when we harvest that block it will give us the peat. So what we need to then do is make our peat bog, which is the actual machine. No, not Pete, that's the person. Peat Bog, here we go. Peat Bog, this is what we want to make. This is the actual forestry machine that will plant the bog. So to make that we need a sturdy casing, some copper electron tubes and a basic circuit board. Now to make this we need some special equipment. So what we need to make the electron tubes is a fabricator. So a fabricator is made here, a thermionic fabricator. So we need a sturdy casing, 4 gold ingots, a chest and 3 glass. So let's start with making that. A sturdy casing is with 8 bronze. So we do this. There's our sturdy casing. We need to make a chest, which is easy to make. Just 8 wood. 8 wood, so that's that, and then we need, what else was it? 4 gold ingots and 3 glass. So there's our 4 gold ingots there, and then our 3 glass. Where did I put that? I've lost it. There it is. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's going to make us our thermionic fabricator. I don't know, all these long words. There we go, thermionic fabricator. So if we plonk this down in our room over here, where shall I put that? I'll put that there. Now what this does is this melts glass and turns it into liquid glass, and then covers whatever's in here to create our output. So where was our bog? Peat bog, here we go. So we need to make copper electron tubes, so we need 5 copper ingots and 2 redstone, and then some glass or equivalent to go in here. That's saying tin, yeah, tin, bronze, you can put loads of stuff in there. It melts it down, then covers them. So 5 copper, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 redstone, and we're going to need some glass as well. I might as well keep hold of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and then a piece of glass in there. Now this isn't going to work on its own, it needs to be powered. So what I'm going to make is a couple of Stirling engines. Stirling engines are pretty easy to make, if I knew what I was doing. S-T-I-R. Stirling engines. Okay, so Stirling engines are basically like coal powered engines that will power some of your machines. So I'm going to use 2 of these. So I need 2 pistons, 6 cobblestone, 2 glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, easy enough. I've got a couple of pistons already made. I've got the glass, I've got the cobblestone. I need 2 stone gears. So let's grab some wood. There we go. Grab some of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we do 4 of these, we make a wood gear. A wood gear then surrounded in cobblestone then makes a stone gear. So if we do, no, that doesn't go there, that goes there, and then that and that, there we go, that makes our Stirling engine. So we're just going to do that once more. Wooden gear. Ah, need more cobble. Beautiful. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What am I doing? 2, there we go. 1, 2. And there is our second Stirling engine. So if I just make a couple of levers to power those with, because they work off a redstone signal, and if I grab some coal, put one of those there, one of those there, a lever each side, some coal in there, some coal in there, turn them on. That's then going to power this. Now these have to warm up, so when it reaches a certain point it will create this recipe. So you can see it's like a furnace. The furnace heats up. When it reaches the actual point needed, it will melt the glass. Now whichever item you put in here will have a different heat requirement, so that it'll take longer to do. But this melts it into this pool here. I believe the more expensive the material, the more it fills up the pool. But I think we only need 1 piece of glass to do this. So let's let that do its thing. None of this has done its thing yet. Just light it up just in case. Are we nearly there? Are we nearly there? Anyway, that's that. What else we need? Because we need to make a... If we go into here, we can see we also need to make a basic circuit. Now that's made in something called a carpenter. So there's a couple of machines we need for forestry to get started. So a carpenter is another sturdy casing and 6 bronze ingots. There we go. There's our 4 there. So we can turn this off now, and then we can go and make our carpenter. Okay, so for that, what we then need to go and do, we've got those already. We need 2 sturdy casing, 6 bronze ingots, 2 glass. Oh. So sturdy casing again is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's my sturdy casing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. There we go. There's our carpenter. And this will work in a very similar way for what we need it to do. So what we can do is put the carpenter, say, over here. And then what this will do is you create the recipe here, put the materials in the bottom, and then there will be certain things you need. So this will be like a packing crate or something if you wanted to pack things into crates. This is a water source which fills this, and then once it's compiled a lot together you'll get your outcome here. So if we look at what we need a basic circuit. What is that? So we need water in here to go into the tank, 6 redstone and a tin ingot. So where's our tin ingot? There we go, tin ingot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and thankfully we've got a bucket of water here already. Oh, what's going on there? There we go. Okay, so if we put our materials in the bottom here, we can... Oh, it's left click to place, right click to remove. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's our recipe. There's the materials in the bottom needed. A bucket of water in the top. There we go, that's filled that up. That's what it's going to make. You can't take it out of there. So we need to then do the same thing here. And power it again. So put the Stirling engines on. One there, levers. Some coal. In there. Fire them up. And there we go. Once that's reached its heat that it needs, it will then create it. And how's this getting on? No, still no peat there. Okay. And there we go. There's our basic circuit. So let's turn that off. And then what we need to do next is, where's our bog? Peat Bog. We can compile that all together. There's our first machine. Bingo bango. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 4 glass, the 3 electrodes, sturdy casing, and the circuit. So let's get another 8 of these out. We've got that, we've got that. Got the glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's our casing. There's our 3 of those. Circuit. And 4 glass. And there we go. There's our peat bog. That's what we're going to use to automate the farming. That will automatically plant the peat bog it'll plant this bog earth automatically for us. But what we need power for that. So we're going to power that with the peat fired engines. So then we go on to making these. Pretty simple. We are going to power it by 2 of these. So we just need a couple of copper gears, some copper ingots, piston, and some glass. Just easy stuff. So the copper gears are of stone, aren't they? So if we're making 2 of these, we're going to need 4 stone gears. So that's enough for 2, 3, 4 wooden gears. That then goes into 4 stone gears. We then get our copper and turn those into copper gears. So 4 lots of that, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need our 2 more pistons. 2 pistons there. Our gears there. Glass. And there we go. There's our 2 peat fired engines. Make ourselves another couple of levers to power those. Okay, so there's that ready to run that. What we're going to need to do is make a load more of that bog earth because it needs that to run off of. So that's all our stuff ready there. I showed you how to make the bog earth already. Just need to wait for some of this to mature and then we can get some peat to power our first engines. Okay, so just while we wait for that bog earth to mature, we've just got one more thing we need to make, which is a turbary, which is here. So this is going to basically harvest the peat after it's done. So again, we need a sturdy casing, but we need these tin electron tubes this time. Basic circuit is I've already showed you, so I've made one of those already. We're just going to make a tin electron tube in our thermionic fabricator. So exactly the same way as we did with the copper ones, but we're going to do it with tin this time. So fire up your machines, and again it's going to heat up, and it will do exactly the same thing and produce us our tin ones. So then what we can do is, easily enough, we know how to make a sturdy casing with the 8 bronze, we've got our circuit, and then we can just compile that to make a turbary. That's what our second peat fired engine is going to be used on. So I will come back to you once this is ripe and ready, and once we're all ready to go. Okay, so as you can see here, this peat bog has now matured. We've got 2 bits here that are ready to harvest. So if I just dig those out, we are going to get some dirt and some peat. Oh, want that back, there we go. So 2 bits of peat. So that is going to fire our peat fired engines. That's that's what I meant to say. So we just need to go and find someone to place these down. Where should we go? Over on the grassland, I think that's appropriate for a farm. Over here. I have to watch out for this water. Every time I go in here I seem to get poisoned by a manta ray. Okay, just about here should do it, I think. Okay, so let's grab our peat bog. This can go down there, I think. And then what you'll see is you right click on it. This is the bits that go in, this is the bits that come out. So if we put all our bog earth in there that we've made, and then get our peat fired engines. In fact, we're just going to use the one for the moment. Put that on there, and then click on this. This is where our fuel goes. So if we put one of our bits of peat in there and start that up, that's going to start powering this. And then what this will do is this, as you can see, it's starting to clear out the grass, starting to clear an area for the farm to go, so we can help it out a little bit. Just give it the space it needs to work. There we go, it's doing its thing. In your own time. There we go, and now it's starting to lay the earth out. There we go, and that will plant the farm, and then when that's finished planting I can stop it, and then what I will also do then is place down the turbary, which I can put right next to it. Put the lever down in there, and then what will happen is this turbary will then harvest it and chuck it out the top. Now what I'll do is I'll place a chest next to it, which I've already got here. Not there. So when this is all planted out, I can stop this, and then when it's ready I can harvest it with this, and that will then give me loads more peat. Then I can use my peat to carry on, and it will basically be self-sustaining. All I've got to provide it with is the bog earth to go into the machine, which is pretty simple to make. But that's all. So that's the start of our forestry stuff, and we shall probably work on something a little bit different next episode. Maybe try and get a quarry set up, so that will help get us some more resources that way. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.